Welcome. Y'all ready? It's going down. Ladies. Is she the new? Is she the truth? Or is it false? Eyelashes, lip gloss. How much did that cost? Ain't no BS boss. Left being employed, she got a show. Floss, dentistry, officer in the streets, local or industry, Ghana or Italy, Bishop or Kennedy, her drive infinity. You feeling me? He should add Q45 Ninja, it's finna be on like a double OTD in front of your PC. We running your TVs, pouring up weekly beauty tips and health. If you don't watch it for celebs, watch it for your damn self. She got a show. Like that.
Akisha Lockhart here for She's Got a Show. And I have been excited all week about this interview that I'm about to do with the man standing next to me. Real talk, thank you so much for having us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. So, why are we in the kitchen? What are we about to do?
Well, I like to refer to a lot of my cooking up of my lyrics as cooking, and so I also like to cook as well and bake.
Okay.
And so I'm a part-time, cheesecake chef, and I bake cakes and things like that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So I want to do this just to start everything off before we get into the baking of your famous and wonderful cheesecake.
Yeah.
For all the people out there that this may be the very first time that they're seeing you and being introduced to you, who would you say Real Talk is? Let them know who you are.
Man, Real Talk is an MC, a poet, and an all-around Renaissance man. He just does some of everything. But I believe in edutainment. Education, entertainment without education is pretty much like Culinary, and I don't believe in that. I believe in operating with a spirit of excellence and doing your personal best.
Okay, very nice. So we're gonna get started, but one of the things that I want to say that I absolutely love about you, and the reason why I wanted you on the show is because one of the titles that you left out is that you're an entrepreneur, and I love the fact that you wear several different hats, and like you said, he's an MC, he's a poet, and he bakes, he knows how to cook. So he's using all of his God-given gifts to make it happen and to, make it happen. So we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna ask you questions, and you're gonna show me how to put the cheesecake together, and we're just gonna have a good time. So
I'll show you how to do this.
What's the first thing that we do here, and what do we have?
So the first thing that we have to do is we have to line the cupcake liner.
Okay.
And so I like to use these particular ones, because they're aluminum.
Okay.
And they keep it intact. Sometimes the paper ones can stick to the material, so you can help me out with these. We're just gonna do 6 right now.
Okay.
And I'll line these up. Make sure you don't have 2.
Okay, so while we're doing this, you told me this really, really, really sweet story about how you ended up getting started in the kitchen, and you told me about your mom. So do you mind telling everybody the story that you told me?
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind. All right, so here we can grab a couple of these Oreos. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna twist off the Oreos and then lay it with the Oreo side down as the crust.
Okay.
All right, so it's gonna be the crust of it.
So we have 2 different kinds in here. So does it matter?
No, just the chocolate ones.
Okay, just the chocolate.
The regular ones. Those were in there. They're decoys. Anyhow, no, but when I was about 11, I'm the youngest of 8 siblings, and when I was about 11, my mother brought me in the kitchen and all of us, and she was like, "What do you guys like to cook? Don't worry, if it breaks, just pick up another one.
Okay.
You can use that one though."
Okay.
All right. So anyhow, she's like, she said, "What do you guys like to cook? And then I'm gonna teach you how to make it, cause you're not gonna waste my food. And also, if I can't make it home, I don't want you guys just sitting here going out to buy fast food or anything like that because I'm not here." So, and I remember telling her like I like to cook, or I like to eat pancakes and French toast and breakfast food, omelets, things of that nature. And so here I was, 11 years old, baking and cooking and things like that. And I also love cake, like pound cake and caramel cake.
Yeah.
And I remember my 8th grade year, I made a pound cake for my class, and they didn't believe it. It was like, "Your mama made that," and I was upset because I was up all night, baking and everything, and they didn't believe me. But
Wow.
now they believe me. Y'all
right,
believe me.
And now all the ladies are gonna want to know: is he a bachelor? Are you in a relationship? Are you a bachelor? Because there's a lot of women out there.
I'm in a relationship with myself, because you gotta love yourself before you love anybody else.
Okay.
But no, to answer the question though, is no, I am single.
Okay.
I'm currently single.
There you go. Okay, so what do we do next? We line the cupcake.
So next,
Cup with
what we
the
do is,
Oreos.
of course, you know what I'm saying, we get the batter together, right?
Okay.
So I got the batter, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add the Oreos to the batter, because
Okay.
when you get the vanilla mix of the cheesecake, you know, it's my special concoction. I can't really tell you about that. But what we do is we take that vanilla concoction and we add the Oreos to it to mix it in. So we're gonna take a couple, just for now. We'll take 3 of these. We're
Do
gonna
you need me to get a plate
smash them
too?
up. No, we're gonna use the same plate.
Okay.
So what you wanna do is go ahead and smash this up with the cup right there with the bottom
Okay.
part. Now be gentle with it, otherwise it's gonna go flying everywhere, all right?
Okay, we can't have
So
that.
you gotta-
Am I doing it right?
That's cool, yeah, yep.
Okay.
You gotta
So this is great because we have 3 Oreos on the plate. So what are 3 things that you would say, key things that it takes to be a successful entrepreneur?
Man, I think one of the main things I would say is talent and follow through. You know, I would say purpose and mastery as well. So you know, the purpose, of course, you know, the reason for cooking. You can't just cook just to feed yourself. Excuse me. You want to be able to teach other people to cook so they can, you know, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach him a fish, he eats for a lifetime.
Yes.
You want to be able to pass it forward. And you know, mastery, being able to be better at it. You know, when I learned how to bake something better, it's similar to like me writing rhymes. If I write a good rhyme, it makes me feel better than making any type of money or anything like that. You know, it's like, I'm sure when you come up with a better, you know, with a good, a greater interviewing skill or unorthodox question, you're like, and the excitement that you get from it, like that smile. See that smile that just happened? Y'all saw it. It happened here. That type of thing, you know, that fulfills you, and it keeps you moving forward when you don't want to.
Right.
And so those were, I would say, 3 things that you know you need to have. So now you got some big chunks, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna get some of them, you know what I'm saying, kind of like minced or grated, so that you got like grated Oreos here.
Okay.
And mix it in, right? So you want to kind of get all the way there, and I want to be careful.
So while you're doing that, have you ever done this with another kind of cookie? So if the people out there, they're not Oreo fans, which I'm an Oreo fan. I love Oreos. But if you're not, can you do this with another cookie?
Never. No, I'm joking. You can you can substitute whatever you'd like to.
Okay.
I just purposely, you know, I like Oreos, and a lot of people like Oreos. So
Okay.
I remember the first. This is actually the second flavor I made. The first flavor I made was strawberry banana. And so I remember my friend Candace, she was like, "Yo, you gotta make an Oreo one. That's a sure bet. Like people love Oreos, Oreo cheesecake. Even folks who don't like cheesecake like this particular flavor.
Okay.
And you know, and they eat it. And so what we want to do now is just gonna take this spoon here,
Okay.
and we're gonna pour it into the batter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and add that in there.
So something that I think is phenomenal is you have worked with Outkast.
Yes and no.
Yes and
yes
no.
and no.
Okay, well explain.
Okay, well, first of all, Outkast is my favorite group. I vowed to. My wife needs to know certain Outkast lyrics. Like it just has to happen. Now, but
So soon to be wife because you're single.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Your future wife.
Wherever she is,
Wherever
whoever you
she
are,
is.
you gotta know some Outkast lyrics. Like if you haven't heard the Love Below, then like we can't be together. I'm sorry. It's gonna be the consolation. It's gonna be the deal breaker. Okay. But anyhow, so about 3 years ago, 2012, I got a chance to meet Andre 3000 at his home and rap for him.
Wow.
And that's
How,
like a
how
really-
does that happen?
It's a really long story, man.
Cliff notes.
All right, Cliff Notes. The Cliff Notes are one of my previous girlfriends. I don't like to say ex because it makes it sound like it's bitter, you know. But anyhow, one of my previous girlfriends, as a birthday gift, her sister knew a promoter who knew their manager, and for my birthday, she bought a vinyl at AT Aliens and called her sister and said, "Hey, could you get them to get Outkast to sign this for Brandon?" And he was like, "Not only will they sign it, I'll get Andre to call him on his birthday."
Nice.
And so on my birthday, I get a phone call, and I was talking to the guy, and basically the whole setup was, because I DJ as well. So the setup was, hey, we're gonna get you to DJ this event in Atlanta, yada, yada, yada. Are you familiar with Southern music? I said, yeah. He was like, well, who's hot right now? And I was like, well, I could tell you who's hot. I said, but as far as Atlanta goes, Outkast all day. He said, yeah, Outkast is kind of decent. I said, man, Andre 3000, my favorite rapper. He said, oh yeah, hold on. And Dre gets on the phone. And he's like, Brandon, what up, man? Happy birthday. I'm like, oh, you know, all the curse words in the world. And I started giving him the elevator pitch, like, man, I'm really a rapper, like, and I was featured in Source magazine, and you know, I was a fan, you know, he was like, thanks, man, I'm humbled. I said, you don't understand. He said, what? I said, man, I was a part of the Outkast fan club when I was 10. On the back of ATLians, you had a P.O. box. I wrote to it. You wrote me back. The letter said Hootie Who at the top. He was like, we did have a fan club, and we did put that on our letter. So, like, I don't remember you, but I know you're not lying. He was like, wow, man, thanks. I'm humbled. Like, I said, you don't understand. He said, what? And so I started rapping him one of his old verses. And he was on the phone getting hyped, like, yeah. And he was like, man, I don't even remember that verse. And so long story short, he was like, well, listen, man. He said, I'm caught off guard, man. I'm humbled. Like, I thought I was just going to tell you happy birthday. He was going to get off the phone. He said, but look, we got to get back to work so you enjoy your birthday. I said, thanks. Can you do me a favor? He said, what? I said, can you call me back and leave happy birthday on my voicemail? I'm going to use it as a drop on my mixtape. Nice. He was like, well, nah. He was like, nah, we can't do that because you're getting into different legal issues. Yeah. He said, but I tell you what, next time you come to Atlanta, get in touch with my cousin Lo and we can hang out. So I'm like, all right. I get off the phone about an hour later. My lady's sister, she says, hey, Brandon, Lo said, you know, Dre don't just be talking, so you should take him up on his word about coming to visit him. I'm like, I was coming anyway. You don't tell, you know what I'm saying, somebody who you're like say if you're a fan of Oprah, and she's like, oh yeah, come to my house and we can hang out. You're like, okay. Right. It's like, right. I'll be at your door, you know? So
anytime, Oprah, you want to send that invitation,
yeah,
I'm down.
We'll be there.
You
know, masterclass, all that. Put us on.
Speaking into existence, right?
You have to. Words have power. And so, what ends up happening, I fly to Atlanta, and I got a chance to go hang out with DJ Cutmaster Swift. And while we were in the studio, Lo ends up calling Andre, and he's like, hey, man, I've been trying to reach you all day. He was like, my bad, man, I've been busy. He said, well, I got Brandon in town, the cat that wants to meet you. Where you at? He said, I'm at home. He was like, well, you want to meet us at Stankonia or something? He was like, no, if he cool with you, he cool with me. So he hangs up the phone, and Swift was like, what did he just say? And then Lo was like, Brandon, I don't want to make you more nervous than you already are, but Dre don't invite nobody to his house unless he's like, they're like Dungeon family or actual family because he's really private. He was like, so here we go. So we headed to his house. We hung out for like 2 hours, and he gave me his personal email. And he called me a lyrical scientist, and I rapped him. I tried to rap him my whole catalog. But the cool thing is he wasn't stopping me. He wasn't like, all right, man, that's enough. Like, stop all the rapping. Like, I rapped him at least like 6 songs, like straight, like a cappella. Wow. He was like, yeah, man, that's nice. And so a year later, I stayed in touch with Lo. And when Big Boy's tour came to Chicago, I hit up some of my friends and family. Shout out to Sojay, DJ Dougie, and Authentic Maid, and Isaac Fletcher, and my sisters, Chanel, Regina, and Reese. They all helped me out, and Santa Cole and E-Seal, shout out to them. But basically, they helped me put together this show, and that's a photo you seen with me with the suit on and all the dances in the red and stuff like that at Park West. And so when we opened at Park West, he was like, well, you've been approved to come on a couple more dates. And then we did Milwaukee. Wow. And he was like, I'm gonna get you open in Atlanta. 3 days later, he said, if you get to Atlanta, I'll provide you with a place to stay. Your whole team. And so rented a 15-passenger van. I drove everybody. I made it to like Nashville, and I was tired. So we get to Atlanta, do that show. Then he was like, yo, you've been approved to come on the rest of the dates of the tour. You just got to meet us in the cities. And so all together we ended up doing about 8 dates. And so that's how I got to really connect with some of my artists that I'm big fans of, you know,
that
as far as Outkast.
Amazing. That is amazing. Mm-hmm. And just as amazing as what this mix looks like. It looks great, and it's not even done yet, but it looks really, really good.
No, it's not done.
So are you the kind that, and we're gonna get back, I have some follow-up questions about that, about the Outkast meeting, but are you the kind that while you're cooking, of course not while you're cooking, you sell these things, but do you like licking the batter? Are you the
Absolutely.
Is it good? Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna.
You can go ahead and we'll
eventually.
Do it
I'll wait. I can wait. I probably should wait.
You real do it.
We're not going to use this again, right?
No, we're not using that anymore.
Okay, all right.
We're not.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like, good. I like it.
Yeah, and so as you can see, it's a little bit darker texture.
Yeah.
And that's because when the Oreos like kind of sat, I let them sit for a while. Okay. Usually I stir it right away, and so that way the vanilla mixes with it, and it looks like white with spotty. How you usually see like cookies and cream, but when we let it sit, the Oreo becomes one with the batter. And so just like how you dunk Oreos in milk, and then they become like watery, not watery, but you know, more soft.
Right.
And so now it's become one with the batter.
Okay.
So it'll be like the full like effect. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour the batter in to the cupcakes.
So while you're doing that, well, so you do 3, and then can I do 3?
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, can you spit something for us? Because we want to hear something.
You want to hear something?
Spit something, yeah.
And okay. Let me see. trying to think what I got. All right. Let me see. I say, first off, you choose to be happy or not. And lady, I think your hair is beautiful, nappy or not. Misery loves company, so don't get trapped in that plot. Just be alone and find someone that makes you happy a lot. And while you searching, looking to eye that person, make sure you find your purpose. Answers in time will certain, at least start to come from deep inside of you behind the curtain, controlled by a switch that went from just low to a higher circuit. And no, your mind ain't worthless. It's just like fertile earth, and whatever you decide to plant in it, in due time will surface. So I can sow a dream and yield a field of fire, burning ambition. I plant some mindless rhymes and harvest tired verses. But I'm out here hurdle stepping for personal perfection. No speedballing, I'm just slow and steady turtle repping. You are what you think you are. I hope you learn your lesson. You create your reality, and it's based on your perception. And mama told me don't be in a hurry, only worry if you don't pray. If you gon' pray, then don't worry, don't be scurry. You be surprised at what little faith enhances, or how God be making miracles out of imperfect chances, making impossible possible, cleaning the dirty canvas. What is an obstacle? I don't believe in circumstances. But I used to limit myself to what I first was handed in a public school system that taught me some hurtful standards. They gave unique people the same test. The same test. If that ain't foolish enough, they said if you don't score high, then you won't make it through. And I know eagles are made to fly when their wings are in usage, but if you judge a swimming ability, you'd think it's stupid. So if they say you bad at math, that don't mean you can't use it. You just might be better at English reading or making music. You can be an eagle with wings and I be thinking to use them because they got you in a chicken coop and wonder why he ain't producing. A little something. And so,
Wow.
as I'm doing this right, I'm finessing it. Oh, thank you very much. You're too kind.
It's gonna show.